Showing off.
Hello everyone and welcome back. We have been gone for a little over a year.
Is it over a year?
Yeah, I think it's been over a year, but we have been really busy. We've been doing a lot. We wanted to pick back up this whole thing now that COVID-19 is and we've been kind of like spending some time at home. I've been reevaluating, thinking about ways that we need to some things we need to pick back up and do. So this YouTube channel is one of them. So try to keep us consistent. We're going to try to consistently start posting again every week, right?
That's the goal.
That's the goal. The goal is every week. So let's hop into it. We have a lot to cover, you guys. Like, we have so much stuff that we've done
In the last year.
Yeah.
We moved.
Yeah.
We started our condo, moved out April of last year,
Yeah.
2019.
So as you all can see, like, we're recording in a different spot because we no longer live in the condo. Sold it, and now we're in an apartment.
In a studio apartment with a very large
big balcony.
We'll probably show a video, maybe, I think, just to show you like how big it is. I think a lot of you guys have seen our photos, have seen a balcony, but we'll show it in the video. Yeah. So
this is my little setup that I tried to do. It's a little. It's okay.
This is a quarter of the space behind us. It kind of goes back there, wraps around, and goes back that way. So it's a very large
balcony. So needless to say, we've been having a lot of fun on this balcony. Okay, like, well, how did it initially start? I think one day Antwon was like, man, we need to find somewhere to shoot. He had a shoot already lined up, and I think you were going to shoot like in a park or something like that. And I needed some stuff in my swimwear that we were going to shoot that same day. So I'd already had in my mind that I was going to shoot out here in the balcony, try to, fix it up, make it look like something. But we ended up doing both of the shoots on the balcony.
The first shooting we had was with Anastasia and this model that's local in DC area, in the DMV area, and we shot with my boy Mark, who's a stylist.
Yeah, so he styled everything.
Yeah, and Keena, who actually lives across the street from us,
right.
We're our good friend.
She's like
on this other side of this, but she's a really good.
In another complex.
Yeah, it's funny how it's like 3 makeup artists that live in the same area. But anyways, that's
yeah.
So we hit her up. She came over. She walked over, I think. And
no, she drove.
She drove. Okay. So they came over and we had this shoot and we shot on the balcony, and this was the very first shoot that we did, so it was very different from shooting, in the studio or shooting location. Our balcony during the summertime, it gets really, really bright. As you can see, today is a really sunny day. There's no clouds in the sky, so it's very bright. And imagine having,
I should have had my shade.
Imagine having white foam core board, and it's just reflecting that light back into the model. So it's even hotter when the foam core is out here.
So we got foam core. We lined them up, taped them up against the wall, and put rolled paper down on the floor.
Yeah.
And that's been our studio, like, for a lot of these shoots.
For a lot of them.
So so yeah, we were so surprised. Like, I think the very first shot you took, I'll enter it, but it was just of the setup, no model or anything. But that's when I knew. I was like, oh my gosh, these pictures are going to come out so good.
And that's kind of like how we,
and that like set the tone. That has set it off.
That
right?
set the tone for our balcony shoots.
So we did that shoot, and then another balcony shoot we did with
that evening, right? It was that evening we did it, right?
Yeah, with Tanae for my swimwear. And then we did another shoot in June with Victoria.
Fig, who was another model that we work with.
Yeah.
Fig actually won Miss Ireland, and then she competed for Miss Universe. I can't remember what place she got into, but needless to say, she won Miss Ireland, which was a great. So congratulations to her on that. And this is like really good. Like, so on this balcony, when it's windy, it's like times
Oh my gosh,
100.
you guys! Like, I wish we were vlogging during that time. You know what? Well, it was so windy. There's no way we could have even set up a camera because if you can see, like, we have 3 sides of fence on our balcony. Our balcony is really big, and like Antwon said, it kind of is an L shape, so it wraps around our whole apartment. And when the wind gets caught up in it, it blows so hard.
When the wind gets get caught up in here, it literally
it's almost like tornado.
Yeah,
like
it feels worse.
Crazy.
It feels worse up here than what it probably actually is outside of our building.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to keep our foam core up. Like when it's windy, it's hard to keep the foam core up. It's hard to keep everything down and in place. Like, we need extra people to hold stuff down. We have sandbags now.
It's ridiculous.
But that day, when we shot Fig, like,
the wind was blowing so much over her dress that literally, like, it was just blowing. Like, you'll see the photo, but it was amazing. And that literally was probably 80% wind, 20% human.
Yeah, like, after we saw the wind do it once, and we were like, oh, let's try to, you know, keep recreating that.
Yeah,
and the wind, like, would blow her hair straight up. And then kind of like, so Antwon was trying to get the shots like in between her being fierce and everything, and some of the shots were just like hair straight in the air. It was insane.
Yeah. So today's a nice day, you know, it's not windy, so these would be one of them days where it's perfect. And then all of a sudden, when we think about,
been so perfect for a shoot, but
then,
you know, we're self-quarantining, so.
And then when you think about it, we're like, oh, let's do a photo shoot, and literally like that day, photo shoot. Apparently, the wind wants to join the party. So, but anyways, we did a shoot with Aiken. Aiken is a male model that's based in this area. Him and I are really good friends. He's really fit, really cool guy, and he came over one day. He was like, "Hey man, I want to do photos." So I'm like, "Hey, come over. You know, we do this shoot," and we shot up on the balcony. Funny story about this shoot was, we had this very large mirror that one of Marcia's best friends gave us for an anniversary gift.
No, it was a housewarming.
A housewarming gift.
Yeah.
A little over 10 years ago, about maybe like 11 years ago, 10 years ago. Aiken says, "Hey man, I can't really see myself. Oh, let me get this mirror." So I bring the mirror outside. And I put the mirror up. And now, mind you, remember we said before about the wind. So we go back in the house, look at the images, and all we hear is and
I'm making faces because we're babysitting. Well, I'm babysitting, I guess.
Marcia
my brother's dog, and she just let out like the hugest fart just now. And just
licking her fart.
Licking
her fart. And people let their dogs put their tongue in their mouths. But anyways, that's another. You know who you are, people. Anyways, so. So Aiken, great shoot, broke the mirror. Still to this day, I haven't gotten it replaced. One day I will. So after that, we had a really awesome shoot with Gabrielle for Marcia's swimwear line. Oh, you know you can swim. The shoot was amazing. Mercedes did the makeup for that. And that was I think that was she was the first time that we used her, right? Yeah, very first time that we used her.
And the makeup, she did a really
good job. These photos came out awesome. They were really good. Another very hot day. Wasn't as windy as some of the previous days, but the photos turned out really good.
Yeah, and we did another shoot with Tanae, but this time with Isabella also, and again, like we just tried. I tried different ways to make the balcony look different, like different scenery. Like right now, you see how real plain it looks, but we ended up. I try to buy different things. So this time I went to Target again. I got some little knickknacks and stuff like that just to decorate. Oh, and I bought a very, very large Birds of Paradise tree for the shoot. So that was interesting. I think I have a picture of it in the car, us trying to get this car. I think the...
You have that?
Yeah, I do. The tree was maybe 6 or 7 feet tall. No, it had to been more than 6. It was like touching the ceiling. How tall is the ceiling?
8 feet.
8 or 9?
It was a very tall.
It was a big tree.
And we have a Honda. We have a Honda Civic. They don't do a 2018 Honda Civic. So it went from pretty much from the tip of the car inside the car to
they put it. So they wrapped it with Saran wrap and then put it through the Honda Civic, like from the trunk all the way up to the front of the car. Like there'll be a picture. You'll see it.
Also, to go back to Victoria's shoot that we did on the balcony, we wanted to do, like she said, something different, where we can always do something different with the location that we have. So we ended up buying like 5 or 6 bags of like play sand, and then we basically dump all the sand onto like this these like what do you call it, plastic, I guess, plastic, whatever. And then so
we're
that
trying
way,
to make it look like a little beach.
Yeah, we'll show that photo too. But just different ways of setting up the location, because we have so much space that we can do different things with that.
And when we bought the place, we weren't even really expecting to do shoots out here. We were just like, oh, this is a really nice big balcony. Antwon likes studio apartments, so he's already sold on that aspect. But I don't know. We just kind of really lucked out. Like I feel like everything happens for a reason. God was really looking out for us. We got some amazing shots.
I'm always willing to separate myself from a lot of photographers in this area because everybody do studio. Not a lot of people do outdoors in DC. Me and a few others.
Yeah.
But
even less do hard light outdoors.
Yeah, so I really wanted to separate myself from everybody else. It just gave me the opportunity to do that. So after that, we did a shoot with Paula, who's another great model that we shoot with a lot.
Yeah. One of my favorites.
She did a great job that day.
And it was actually kind of cold that day. That was in October. That was like October 5th.
Yeah.
It was a little bit chilly. Paula is a trooper because she was out here on our balcony.
Paula is down for the cause.
Yeah, she was out here in a swimsuit, like
it was awesome.
It wasn't freezing cold.
It wasn't freezing,
it was
but
cool.
it was
a cool day. It was a cool October.
It was in the 50s.
Fall day.
It was in the 50s, and I lit the fire pit so she could put her feet by it. But she did a great. As usual, Paula's always out for the cause.
She always does a really good job.
Yeah. Yes. The last shoot that we did, I think, out on the balcony that year.
Last year, or 2019 was
December 19th was. So, go ahead.
Oh, so no, it was a photo shoot of me. Miss Universe one. It was such a big deal because she had short hair and short black hair, dark skin, and she was so pretty. And I remember watching Miss Universe and being like, oh my gosh, she wins. We started watching kind of in the middle of it.
South Africa, I was right.
Yeah, she was from South Africa. So we started watching like near the end of it.
Yeah, not the end, but near like
the middle
end. Yeah,
middle end of it. And as soon as the camera panned and it panned to her, I was like, oh my gosh, I like her.
She's gonna win.
Yeah, I was hoping this shit. I didn't think she was gonna. Well, I don't know. But I immediately, like, my eyes were drawn to her.
Yeah.
So we've been rooting. So we started rooting for her like the whole entire time.
So she's black.
We're watching, and just pretty. And she had a lot of really good messages too for her questions, like her message, her look. Yeah, we were just really rooting for her, and when she won, we were extremely.
We immediately did. I think maybe
excited.
I want to say maybe like 2 days after that, we hit up. Actually, one of our close makeup artists who used to live in the area, she now lives in LA. She was in town, and Marcia and I were like, "Hey, we got a great idea for a shoot. So we wanted basically to recreate a couple of her Miss Universe iconic photos. So Meg was down. She came over, and I had an assistant who was a photographer who I was mentoring. So he came over and he helped. And I think his assistant came over, I think too. But they all came over, and we did the shoot. We did iconic shots. Marcia she resembles her a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys. So I haven't talked to you all this. Y'all haven't seen us in so long. I literally cut my hair. Well, I cut my hair before that.
Videos,
I cut my hair a couple times.
Yeah. The last video you showed, she probably had like a lot of hair.
I think the last video I had a lot of hair. It was getting a lot. It's a lot to have really long natural hair. So you know, I like short hair, and when I have a lot to do and I don't have time to maintain it, I just cut it off. So so I did. I cut it and grew it out for my brother's wedding. But as soon as that wedding was over,
mind you, the wedding was on my birthday.
Oh yeah, the wedding was December 6th. It was my brother's birthday. And,
no, it was her. It was her brother's wedding.
My brother's wedding
and my
Antwon's birthday. But anyways, so I needed a low ponytail for the wedding, so I was like, okay, I'm growing the hair out for the wedding, and then my hair grows really fast. So as soon as that wedding was over, and then I saw Miss Universe win, I was like, oh yeah, I'm cutting my hair short like hers again.
And she cut it, and then we did, I think maybe like 4 different iconic shots that we did, and literally like every photo, I think it was 4 or 5, and every image was exactly like hers. What makes this heart beat faster? The amazing thing about it was once we posted the images, she commented on
she did
the images.
I was so excited.
She commented, like, that was amazing that she commented. So that was really kind of like, and that was a good way to end 2019. We have a lot more to come on these videos, because we've been doing a whole lot in 2019 and the start of 2020. So
everyone, please like and subscribe, so that YouTube knows that this is a good video if you all enjoyed it. And we will link some of our other videos here, some ones that you may have missed, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.